Climate change is real, and it's happening right now. And just like my unmowed lawn, it's only going to get worse if we ignore it. For every gigaton of CO2 we continue to emit into the atmosphere, the more warming we lock ourselves into for the future. Currently, with the policies in place and the actions we're taking, Earth is on track to warm about 2.5 to 2.9 degrees Celsius by 2100. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change release a report every 6 to 7 years, detailing the most current knowledge and data regarding climate change. A goal of limiting warming to 1.5 degrees has been set. This will limit the adverse physical effects and hence the social and economic impact that climate change will have on humanity. So what does 1.5 degrees of warming actually look like? Well, we can expect glaciers and ice sheets to continue melting, and hence sea levels to rise. Extreme weather events will become more extreme and more frequent. Events such as droughts, extreme temperatures, tornadoes, cyclones, floods, fires will become more frequent. Rain will increase in some areas while decreasing in others. All of these physical impacts are expected to occur at a warming of just 1.5 degrees, the severity of which will get much worse if the Earth warms even more. So how do we actually limit warming to 1.5 degrees? Well, there are many pathways that humanity can take. To reach our target, we must reduce our emission of greenhouse gases by 45% of 2010 levels by the year 2030. And globally, we must reach net zero by 2050. The IPCC outlines some illustrative pathways by which our goal could be achieved. They consider land use change, a switch of countries' energy production to renewables and other green alternatives, technological advancements in carbon dioxide removal and the use of bioenergy with carbon capture and storage. Afforestation is also considered. Additionally, socio-economic factors are considered, such as international relations and overall global cooperation and implementation of good climate policies. But really, it doesn't matter how we get there. As long as we meet our emissions targets and reach net zero by 2050, we will be able to limit warming to 1.5 degrees. Although it's easier said than done. Due to high barriers to widespread implementation and a lack of accountability for global economies, with only 6 G20 countries actually on track to meet their 2030 targets, there's rising doubt that we can meet our emissions targets on time. There are obvious social barriers. Not everyone believes that climate change is actually happening or that it's caused by humans. There are economic barriers. Obviously, all of this is quite expensive to change to green alternatives, renewables, carbon capture, things like that. There are technological barriers. We obviously don't have the current technology for 100% efficient solar PV or efficient and cost-effective carbon capture. Regulatory limitations, as well as poor policy making by governments, all these things limit our potential to meet our 1.5 degree warming target. And hence, further mitigation measures should be explored. In particular, management of land cover to decrease the land surface temperatures by altering the reflectivity or the albedo of the Earth's surface. The most beneficial method to do this is the installation of green roof strategies, which have been found to decrease both surface and near surface temperatures. Based on all the facts and statistics, the best time to act on climate change was 20 years ago. But we can still alter our future now. Not only should we focus on individual sustainable actions, but also to apply pressure on local governments to uphold our Paris Agreement so we may limit global warming to 1.5 degrees.